Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin weren't just performers. They were the living, breathing definition of cool. From their tailored suits and cigarette smoke swagger to the way they dominated Hollywood and Las Vegas. These two icons were as close as any showbiz friendship ever appeared. To fans, they were brothers, best friends, partners in crime. Their banter seemed unrehearsed, but was always on point. The Rat Pack, Sinatra, Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Lafford, and Joey Bishop, wasn't just a gathering of stars. It was an era, a lifestyle, a revolution of elegance and edge. Dean brought the charm and humor, while Frank carried the emotional depth and undeniable gravitas. They sang together, drank together, performed together, and seemed inseparable. But behind the flashing lights of the Strip and the roar of adoring crowds, something darker was brewing. Despite their public camaraderie, tensions were quietly building. Dean Martin was a different breed than Sinatra, where Frank thrived on drama, power, and control. Dean was laid back, almost aloof. He loved golf more than glitz and preferred going home early rather than partying all night. Frank expected loyalty, involvement, and allegiance to the Rat Pack above all else. Dean wasn't interested in playing along forever. In fact, as time went on, Dean grew tired of the Rat Pack antics and the heavy shadow of Frank's influence. The breaking point came in the early 1970s when Sinatra organized a massive Rat Pack tour, expecting Dean to join him one more time. But Dean, already devastated by the recent death of his son, wasn't emotionally up for the gig. Still, he agreed. Until he didn't. After a few shows, Dean walked away mid-tours and never returned. That decision hit Frank like a sucker punch. He felt betrayed. In his mind, Dean wasn't just skipping out on a show. He was abandoning their brotherhood, and Frank never forgot it. He took it personally, as he often did, and it created a rift that would never quite heal. From then on, the two legends drifted apart. Their phone calls stopped. Their families noticed the change. And though they crossed paths a few times in later years, at events, funerals, even charity appearances, it was never the same. Sinatra had a hard time forgiving, especially when the wound cut deep. But Dean wasn't one to explain himself. He let silence speak for him. Their story is one of brilliance, laughter, and deep mutual respect, but also quiet heartbreak. Frank may have ruled the Rat Pack with iron charisma, but Dean was its heart, and when the heart left, so did the magic. Even in his final years, Sinatra reportedly softened when Dean's name came up. He missed him, maybe even regretted the falling out. When Dean died in 1995, Sinatra was devastated. He called him my brother and one of the funniest men I ever knew. But it was too late for closure. Too late to mend the cracks that fame, grief, and ego had left behind. This is the bittersweet truth behind one of Hollywood's most legendary friendships. Not a scandal, not a betrayal, just two men, larger than life, whose bond couldn't survive the weight of what they meant to each other. It's a story that reminds us that even legends are human, and sometimes the biggest heartbreaks don't make headlines. They just quietly linger long after the curtain falls. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more amazing content. See you next time.